I see guns and men at the gate, and I'm like, hey, what's happening here? This is serious business, Moz. And literally, I was like, no matter what happens, I have to be cool with this guy because I don't know these people and I don't know what they can do to me. So I'm like, lo mntu ungene naye uphuma naye regardless of what happens. And I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mimmy-Amani-Xhala. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you haven't, please share this video and please comment. I need comments on this video. Okay, so I want to do a story time about the worst date that I've ever been on. And when I say worst, I mean borderline dangerous. Okay, it's not a laughing matter, but again, let's get into the video. And I love myself and I love taking care of me. No? So I decided, but okay, I'm gonna do this thing of solo dates, like taking myself on a date for once in a while, you know. So I go to an outlet, famous outlet in America, red and white without the black, starts with a W. I think you know what I mean. I go to PE Muslim, then it's called that's all I can afford at the time, and I'm like, okay, let me go. So I go, I'm dressed. One thing about me, I love myself, and I've got confidence, and I accentuate parts of myself that I know, okay, yes. So I was wearing a jumpsuit. Jonga, if you don't know me and you've never seen my body, jumpsuit nomzimba wam are a match made in heaven. Right now I'm wearing a jumpsuit. I might show you a picture of how it looks on me, but the jumpsuit nomzimba wam, I might insert the picture of how I looked on that day. Remember, this was 2019, but anyway. So I go to the solo date. I enjoy my day. To go on, like, sometimes you just want to be by yourself. Sometimes you're open to meeting other people on the date. But that day, for some reason, I wasn't open to meeting anyone. I just wanted it to be a solo date. But I was hot, okay? So I was attracting all the attention that I could get, okay? I was hot, like in that in a complex scene, and these guys were like, yo, but you know that thing when like, you're not my league, not even gonna try with you. Girls, we must have elixir too. I'm not even gonna try. Yeah, but I was like, no, you're not my league. You're not there. You know. I ignored them. Went into the land. I wasn't paying them attention. I ate. After eating, I left. I was good to go home. But when I came back, another group of guys started this thing when I'm flaky, trying to get my attention, but I wouldn't give them any, right? But then there was this car that kind of like saw what these guys were doing, but also saw that I wasn't giving them attention. So Lendo for trying to he parked the car in front of me and asked me to get in. And I was like, ungubani wena senzo ngene emotweni yakho? Where do I know you from and why would I get into your car? And he introduces himself and then he's like, no man, I don't buy it, get in the car. Fine. I get in the car. He asked me, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to the beach. Okay, mind you, I'm Dagale Moto. You know these people are like Moto? That's this guy. There's what I'm Daga, guys. That's all I can say. I'm Daga. And I'm a paper, any plastic, it was a lot, okay? This guy starts talking about himself. So this guy tells me about himself, right? That he's just finished playing golf and now he wants to go and shower. I'm like, okay, it's fine. You can drop me at my place, then you can go shower. It's like, no, why don't you come with me? I'm like, me and you in the same space while you showering. I don't think we've reached that level yet. But I don't know, guys, what happened. I ended up agreeing that I would go with him to his place. A foolish move, but I did. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking they would be, hey, it's a lot. But surprise, surprise, when I got there, yo, I see guns and men at the gate, and I'm like, hey, what's happening here? This is serious business, Mom. And literally, I was like, no matter what happens, I have to be cool with this guy because I don't know these people and I don't know what they can do to me. So I'm like, regardless of what happens. And I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting. Okay, guys, so I get to this guy's place now. And let me say, apart from being scared by Amachoni that I saw in the complex, this guy, like his bed was swamped. Okay, first of all, I was not expecting to go to base camp Yamachoni. First of all, I was expecting to go to somebody's house that would have a living room and a bedroom. I was not expecting to go into a flat. Okay, that's what I was expecting. I looked at the car, I looked at the man, and I was like, okay, I know it was a stupid decision. Okay, don't beat me up about it. So, but maybe you can also learn from my mistakes. Okay, that's what we're here for. There's clothes on the bed. It's not even smelling good. So the first thing that I do to distract myself is I open the window. I start cleaning up the bed because I'm like, where am I gonna sit? And then I think, because a hostel, I'm thinking that there's a bathroom outside. But there was a bathroom outside, but he decided to use the bathroom in the flat. And I'm like, okay, I get you. Literally, guys, no kidding, eh? I asked to use the bathroom. That was the first thing I did. And I went into the bathroom not to pee. I went into the bathroom to pray. Because my intuition, something told me something was going to go wrong here. Very wrong. I prayed. I was like, God, I do not know how I got into the situation, but please get me out. Like, seriously, I was praying, okay? And I knew that my faith was so, the faith mixed with the fear, and then you have no choice but to be faithful and to trust that God is going to hear you and that God's going to answer you. I did that prayer. And then I was so confident that, you know what, no matter what happens, God's got me. Okay? That Puma son. And then I got into the room, played it cool. He bathed. Now, red flag number one. He's bathing. The bathroom door. I closed the bathroom door. Two, he comes out of the shower naked, njengosana liphuma kunina. Yeva. And I'm like, mihlola yantoni le ndibonswayo apha? Like, honestly, I didn't know what to expect. Maybe that's what you should expect going to a guy's house. But I wasn't expecting to go into the guy's room. I was expecting to go into the guy's house. Even I was shocked. I was beyond myself. I was beside myself, I mean to say. He comes back naked. I have cleaned his bed. It's clean now. He starts dressing up, but he's taking really slow dressing up. Like, he's expecting that something's gonna happen. I'm like, and then he dresses up, and then after he's dressed up, he asks me, he comes close, he's like, what do you wanna do? I'm like, hey, Masia. I'm like, let's get out of I want to be out of here, okay? But and then while we're out to leave, he's trying so much to like initiate something, like trying to kiss me, trying to rub on me, and I'm like, no, let's leave. And then to a point, I remember the last thing that happened was he was holding me, and while he was holding me, he was trying to like get me hot, basically. And I was like, no. I just pushed him, and but he had this knee problem. So I knew that I could play on this knee problem and I would be free from here. But I didn't want to OD it because I still needed a lift home. So I was like, I just pushed him, but pushed him in a nice and polite way. And I rubbed his hand like this. And I said, Masiambe. And then we left, got into the car, and went out of Emajonini, basically. So minus one problem, and so you come at Johnny a base camp anymore. Because I was like, if I get in trouble with this guy, who knows what's gonna happen to the base camp. So I was like, okay. Then he drives, and then we come to an outlet. When we get there, he's like, do you want to get anything? Literally, honestly, I'm pissed with this guy. But, and I also even confronted him in a way. I said, you know what? I see a trap of some sort. And I could see him getting tense when I mentioned the word trap or what, but then I shifted the subject and I was like, you just wanted me to clean your room. And then I laughed it off. But I knew that he knew what I was saying. Mind you, get a guy on a girlfriend that kept calling while we were together. And at this point, Susuka, from this complex to the beach again, because we said we would go to the beach, this girl keeps calling and calling and calling. And I got irritated because now they spent like almost 30 minutes on the phone. And I was like, honestly, I didn't want anything from him at this point. But because he was wasting my time, he would take like, what do you want to eat? I said, in fact, I'm hungry. I want ribs and chips. Like, I knew I didn't want anything from him, but I was like, pride aside, I want ribs and chips. And then I named Mike's Kitchen. Mike's Kitchen is very expensive, okay? And he was like, dress code, and then he opted for another outlet whereby he decided to get the same thing. And then basically I was irritated, but I was just like, at least I can get something out of here. I was tired already. Except it's getting late. We buy the ribs and the chips. He's trying so much to save himself now because he's being a gentleman. He's going to buy the food. He's coming back with the food, and then he's offering to drive me home. Then when we get to my place, he's like, can I get a hug? And I'm like, are you serious? I don't know. That's a dicky. I was like, are you serious right now? And he was like, what? And then I said, okay. And I decided to hug him. I was irritated. I was tired. I was done with him. Then I hug him, and then he's like, is that all? I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, okay, nothing. And then I take the bag because I want the ribs and the chips. And I get into my house. And when I get into my house, the first thing I do is I take off my shoes because I didn't mean to wear these shoes for so long. Take off my shoes, and then I eat the slab of ribs and chips. But I was like, first things first, thank you God for saving me because I could have been raped. Secondly, I was like, the hell men do and put you through. Anyway, I don't want this video to be long, but I hope you know and you can learn a few things. First of all is, don't go to nobody's house that you don't know. Secondly, pray. Because only prayer got me out of that situation. I don't know what I would have done if I had not prayed and God had not heed my cry. Yo, yeah, I was almost a Me Too. Namdapansi and Halvel and I didn't Me Too. But the best I'll tell I'm saying this because the journey. Imagine a journey having raped someone. Yo, God was a horror. The horror. Okay, so I tell somebody the story, and as soon as I mention the name, they say, that's a popular guy at the BE. Uyaziwa lamputi. Waziwa nyani uba umsebenzi wakhe he picks up ladies. Usebenza base camp. But weekend, leke, he picks up ladies. So I was one of the ladies, kuye, and he didn't get what he wanted, so he tried to forcefully get it. But Papa Vios helped me. Guys, let me see you next time when I upload another story time. This channel has gone through a lot, but I think we're settling into life experiences, lessons, and story times. Bye.